Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Taylor and today I'm going to teach you a beginner tutorial on how to use the Cricut Explore Air 2. I truly believe that the best way to learn is through hands-on. So today in this beginner tutorial, we are going to be working on a super easy project together. Today we will be making mugs with our names on them. Here are the basic supplies that you will need to get started. I have all of these items listed in a shopping list in the description below with links to where I purchased each of them. I highly suggest that you watch this video from start to finish before you try to complete the tutorial. Then, when you're ready to complete the tutorial with me, you will at least already have an idea of what we will be doing. If you ever have any questions or comments, please post them in the comment section below. With that being said, let's get started. The very first thing that I do when I start a new project is I measure how big the item is that I am going to be using for my project. So for example, this cup, I'm going to measure the width of the cup and the height of the cup. My mug for this project is about 2.5 inches wide by about 4 inches tall. This is good to know so we can understand how big our design can be. Next, you're going to head on over to your Cricut Design Space account. You should have gotten a username and password when you registered your Cricut Explore Air 2 machine. This password is what you will use to get into Design Space. Now for this tutorial, I will not be using Cricut Access. What is Cricut Access? It is $10 a month. I do highly suggest it because it gives you a ton of fonts to choose from and images. I'm sure there's a ton more things that you can do with it, but those are the two main reasons why I have it. If you are interested in learning more about Cricut Access, I will go ahead and post a link in the description below. Alright, let's get started designing our name for our mug. First thing you're going to do is you're going to click the text button on the left hand side of your screen. When you click it, you will see it'll bring up a box that says add text here. This is where you're going to type in your name, or if you're going to gift the mug to someone else, you can put their name. For my project, I'm going to put my YouTube channel name. So I'm going to put Teacher Taylor. All right. Now real quick, if you have two words like I do, maybe you did your first name and your last name, you're going to want to get them to be aligned in the center. So if you see Taylor is not in the center of teacher. So in order to get it there, you're going to go ahead and go up to this alignment button. It's about the middle of the page. It has 4 bars. You're going to click it for a drop-down menu and click center. This is going to center Taylor and teacher together. All right, next, you're going to click on your name and you're going to go up to font. It's on the left hand side of your screen. Now right now the font is Cricut Sans. This is just the normal font that always comes up. You're going to click it for the drop down menu and you're going to see all these fonts. Now you'll notice a lot of these fonts, they have an A next to them, which means access. You need Cricut Access, or you have to pay per font, which if you see this font that I'm on right now, it's $4.99 to download that font. That's why I said it's just easier to get Cricut Access. It's $10 a month. You get pretty much all these fonts for free. You get a bunch of images for free as well. So since we're not using Cricut Access today, we're going to go up to the word System, click on System, and you're going to see all the fonts that you have downloaded on your computer. So for this project today, I'm going to use the font AR Sina. Click it, and then it will bring up automatically your new font. The next thing we're going to do is we want to size our design to fit our mug. So if you remember, the mug that I'm using is 2.5 inches wide by about 4 inches tall. So because this font is more wide than it is tall, I really only have to worry about the width. So right now it's set at 3.157 inches. Now this is too big. This is going to be too big for my mug. It could work, but I want to be able to see Teacher Taylor on the front of the mug and not have it wrap around to the side. So what I'm going to do is there's two things you can do. You can either go to this arrow right here, and if you stretch it, it'll make it bigger or smaller. So I want this to be 2.5. So you keep making it smaller until it's right about 2.5. Right there. So you'll see now my design is 2.504 inches wide by 1.679 inches tall. So the tall number is good. It's smaller than our 4 inches that we have for the space. And then the 2.504 inches is perfect to fit our width. So another way you could do the size, we'll bring it back up, is you're going to go up to the bar at the top of your screen, and you're going to see size. You're going to see W for width and H for height. Height or tall, same thing. So for the width, we want it to be 2.5. So you literally just type in 2.5, enter, and then it automatically makes your name or your design 2.5 inches wide. It's as easy as that. Also, if you're going to be using one color for your design, like I am, I'm just going to do a black vinyl decal, then I'm just going to leave it black. You can also look up here at this black colored box, and this is where you can play around with the colors if you want to. I could make it blue. I can make it all different colors. But the colors really don't matter unless you are making them two different colors. I'm going to save that for a different video. It's a little bit more advanced. So we're just going to keep this one color. We will keep it black since that's the color I will be working with. And that's it. Now we're going to go up to Make It. You're going to see how your design is going to look on your Cricut mat. You can see how big it is and how much vinyl decal you're going to need to be able to fit the whole design. Then the next thing you're going to do is click continue, and then your machine is going to connect to your computer. Right now it says no device found because I'm going to switch over to my other camera to complete this project. Now that we're back to our Cricut machine, you can go ahead and power it on. Next, we're going to be looking at the dial on the right hand side to choose what kind of material we're going to be working with. Today we're working with vinyl, so go ahead and select vinyl. I personally like to use the button in between vinyl and iron-on just for a more crisp cut. The bottom three buttons we will be talking about more during the cutting process. During the cutting process, I will explain exactly what I'm doing in steps. Step 1, you're going to want to make sure that your computer and your Cricut Explore Air 2 are connected using the USB drive. You will know that they have been connected once you see the blinking arrow on your Cricut machine. Step 2, you're going to go ahead and measure your vinyl material with a ruler or a tape measure just to make sure that your design will fit. Step 3, you're going to go ahead and place your vinyl in the top left corner of your Cricut mat. Now, since my mats are a little bit old and they're not as sticky anymore, I go ahead and use 2 pieces of Scotch tape. This is just to make sure that the vinyl does not move during the cutting process. Step 4, you're going to go ahead and feed the Cricut mat into the Cricut machine. You're going to notice a blinking arrow button. This is the next button you're going to push to feed the mat into the machine. Step 5. Now you're going to click the next blinking light. It's a C button, and this will go ahead and start your cut. Now, I really like to watch the cut being made, but you can also look at your computer and it will tell you what percentage of the cut is done. Step 6. Once the cut is done, you're going to see the blinking arrow button again. This is going to feed your mat out. Step 7. Go ahead and take your vinyl design off of your Cricut mat. Now don't forget, if you use Scotch tape like me, you're going to want to take it off of the corners. Step 8. It's time to weed your design. Go ahead and grab your tool that looks like a pick. You're going to weed all of the excess vinyl around the design. I always pick a little piece in the top left-hand corner and then start to pull it slowly until all of the letters are exposed. Step 9. Now we're going to remove all of the excess vinyl inside of the design, meaning inside of the letters E and A. Go ahead and take your pick and get this little piece of vinyl out. I normally just go ahead and put it on my finger, and then once the project is over, I throw it away. Step 10. Now it's time to transfer your design to your mug. Go ahead and grab your transfer tape. This is my favorite transfer tape because it's clear and I can see my design through it, and also it has red grid lines on it so that I can line my design up perfectly straight. Next, you're going to take some scissors and you're going to cut out exactly how much transfer tape you will need for your design. If your transfer tape has grid lines like mine does, you want to make sure that you use them to your advantage. You want to make sure that the line is even with the letters. Then you're going to go ahead and take your finger and rub it across the letters. This is just going to make sure that the letters stick to the transfer tape and to get all of the air bubbles out. You can also use a credit card to do this, or you can buy a special Cricut tool. Step 11. It is finally time to transfer our design onto our mug. First, you want to envision where you want your design to go on your mug. Then you can go ahead and take off the transfer tape with your design attached. Remove the transfer tape very slowly, and if for some reason a letter doesn't stick, then go ahead and just put a little bit of pressure on it and it will come up with the transfer tape. Next, you're going to take your design and put it up to the cup and find the perfect spot for it to go. Once you have found that perfect spot, then go ahead and place down the design and use your fingers to push over top of the letters. Doing this will help all of your letters stick to the cup and get all air bubbles out from underneath the letters. Once you think that your letters are stuck to the mug, then you can go ahead and peel up one corner of the transfer tape. Do this slowly just to make sure that all letters are stuck to the cup. And that's it! Now you've made your first Cricut Explore Air 2 project. If you have any questions or comments, please post them in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video, coming soon.